type of needle you need, and you need to know the needle specifications. When considering the equipment, including the needle device, you must understand these specifications. The gauge of the needle is the size of the needle bore, so the circumference essentially, and the larger the number of the needle gauge, the smaller the needle. So the larger the number, the smaller the needle. So it's kind of opposite of what you would think. For example, a 25 gauge needle is smaller than an 18 gauge needle. So the larger number, which is 25, is the smaller needle compared to the 18. 21 gauge and 23 gauge needles are the most commonly used sizes. The length of the needle is how long it is. The length is usually measured in inches and can range from 1/2 inch and up to 2 to 3 inches. However, the most common length of needles used for venipuncture range from 3/4 inch to 1.5 inches. 1/2 inch for a needle is a little bit short to perform venipuncture. So that would be more used on children, which we do not see here. But we just want you to know that it can range from 1/2 inch up to 3 inches. But we most commonly use 3/4 inch to 1.5 inches. 3 inches is a little bit too long. 1/2 inch is a little bit too short. So we have that range somewhere in the middle, 3/4 inch to 1.5 inches. And we will go over how to find what the gauge and length of the needle is on the packaging during the in-person skills session. The bevel of the needle is also noted in the image on the slide, and we will go into more detail about the bevel later on when discussing technique. That bevel is that angled portion of the needle that you can see on the image in the slide. So, little knowledge check. And this question is also in your participant guide, so you will get the answer to it. Which needle is bigger, a 22 gauge or a 16 gauge? Which needle is bigger, 22 or 16?